on Madden NFL 22.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Play fake. Mayfield. And his first look is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Derek Wolfe able to record his 5th sack of the season. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. For these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches, so as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Here's Jackson to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns will take over here at their own 14-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Dobbins. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens on just 2 plays. Have taken the lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. That will get our first update of the afternoon for the Meadowlands. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. On 2nd and 12, Jackson.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Justin Matabike.
He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the 6. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. Brown has the first down and much more. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
These two teams met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard run. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted.
Greedy Williams picks it off. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield got a man open. That's Harry. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the gun, Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Derek Wolfe, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Well, that run good for 6 yards, but they're still looking up at a 3rd and 15. To throw, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Throwing now, Jackson on first down.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Again, Jackson.
That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Browns drive about to get started
as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the halftime break behind us, and we are back underway with the third quarter of action. And able to get this out to the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Now they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too on a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. A first down throw for Mayfield. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game. But it falls down to the ground incomplete. A second down throw for Mayfield. Over to Hooper on the sideline. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Mayfield to throw it. This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Mayfield with it once more. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Throwing, Mayfield. He's got Hooper on the short connection. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Catch is made by Harry. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Mayfield to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. A pretty good looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from walking down.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
Big connection on that one. 31 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage,
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns are right back in this football game. The Browns drive about to get started.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Mayfield. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Mayfield down. And that is incomplete. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Tucker with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Here comes Felton to bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And this one is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely up to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Play action. It's Jackson. Looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Another run here with Dobbins. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
74 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Baltimore,
the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story as they move to 9-5 on the year.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll drop to 10-4 on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town.